Shalom, shalom. This is Apostle Rakar. I say, Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. The water Yahweh Yahweh Shai for having mercy upon us and blessing us with this knowledge. And of course, I'm here with the Apostle of Ramlab.
Shalom, shalom.
Me and Apostle Ramlab are here. And of course, we got certain other brothers here. Some of the officers here. Top officers in the Dallas camp. You brothers can say shalom. All right. And anyways, we just got here, but I was with my man, the officer Sha'ar, and we was, he just picked me up from my house, brought me here to the camp house. We just talking about different things. And last night at the camp, right, we were dealing with Jake, and you know what, man? This is the reason why that old Earth, Wind, and Fire song, the reasons that we're here, right? that's what came in my head. The reasons why we're here, that old Earth, Wind, and Fire song from the 70s, right? You niggas, fuck you, man. And then furthermore, I be watching videos on YouTube. I told y'all, that's all I do, man. I'm just like, I wake up amped up. I be watching videos of cops and see, Esau is doing this shit on purpose, bro. You niggas can sit around and talk about, it's okay for you to act like Sexy Red. It's okay for you to act like Cardi B. It's okay for you to act like Dank the Moss. Why? Cause I'm black. Cause I'm black. So basically, okay, black, dysfunctional, no, let me put dysfunctional ahead of that word black. Dysfunctional black culture is okay because you're black. You're black. You a so-called black person, so you can go out and kill somebody. You could rape another man's woman. You could you can go in a store and steal. You can just do whatever you want to do because you black. I can't breathe. And home invasions. Pookie and Ray Ray, these dreadlock niggas, they could kick in your door and come in your house and rob you and rape your woman and do all kind of, right, and kill you. But yo, no, but you gotta understand, yo, they were raised up in a messed up society, and you know, they didn't have fathers, and yo, leave them young men alone, they okay. Don't put them in jail, they black. Like, you see the sick, can somebody give me Jeremiah 2:21, man? But you want to know what? The people who are talking that shit, they need to be publicly tortured. And it's fucking niggas, okay? Brother, I'm tired of niggas. I'm tired of it, man. To the point where I'm just saying this. If I had the power, I would go out and I'll become a vigilante. I'll be like Charles Bronson, man. I'll be like Charles Bronson in Death Wish. I'll become a vigilante. Somebody got that, man?
I got it for you. This is Jeremiah 2:21. All right, it reads, Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant, a strange vine unto me? You know what I mean? They made, you talked about them calling themselves, the scriptures say they made that covenant with death. Black, void of light, being, associated with evil. Black culture is a death culture, so everything that comes of it leads to destruction. So if you subscribe, and there's people with fringes on their shirts that still subscribe to black culture, it lets you know they're not men of the Lord. You shall want to have nothing to do with it. The scriptures say abstain from all appearance of evil. You can't sit here and tell me that black culture is an evil.
It's black. It's black light. You know?
Yeah.
Like
the scripture says, the light in you be darkness. How great is that darkness?
Mm.
Their vision is wickedness. That's all they see. That's all that they can process. They can't compute spiritual things. So that's why all their conversation and all of their thoughts, like the scripture said in Genesis 6, they're only evil continually.
Even the Hamites know that black is evil. That's why when the Purple Rangers went over there to Kenya, them niggas got stoned.
Yeah. Idi Amin. Idi Amin got them up out of there, man. You got to go. You got to go. Yeah, my man Idi Amin got them out of there, man. Because even the Hamites, they're dark skinned, but that go to show you that it goes beyond just some fucking skin color.
Yeah.
It's a mentality. It's a spirit.
It's a spirit on that shit.
Because them Hamites don't want Jake out there.
Yeah.
They don't want Jake.
No, sir.
They went out there shit. Went out there with that shit saying, "Oh, Jesus was black." Name wrong, and then you call them black. So, even though they know they don't want to be associated with that shit. Nobody in the world wants to be associated with black culture unless they're trying to make some quick money.
May I say something, brother? That's the thing about that nigga. But you know, to be fair, okay, I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be fair, brothers. Yes, we know, but we know better. Esau, the devil, the so-called white man, the elites, the Illuminati, yes, we know he's behind it.
Yeah.
We know that. We dig. Man, come on, the Apostle Brown, I was sitting, going back 30 years ago, back in the 90s, brother, we know.
Yeah.
We know the white man's behind this shit.
Yep.
But the white man gonna get his judgment, man.
That's right. It's a big trap that they set.
Shalom, brother. Yeah, it's a big trap. It's a big, like a big net. Like when you fish in the ancient world, we know that. We know the Rothschilds are behind it. They did it because they're trying to destroy Israel.
Yep.
Because what's that scripture? The accuser of thine brethren.
Yeah.
So yes, niggas can sit around all day and going, y'all mad, but the white man. Okay, but what about all these successful niggas?
Yep.
Right? You got a lot of successful black people that somehow they didn't subscribe to the ghetto shit, but they did what they had to do and they made it.
Oh yeah.
In this society.
Yep. They sold out. A lot of them.
So, yeah, a lot of them sold out, gave up their butthole, whatever, freaked out. But I'm talking about, not even talking about the celebrities.
Okay.
I ain't talking about the celebrities.
The
There's regular Jakes that live a so-called decent lifestyle,
Right.
that make decent money. They just did their studies. They went to school. They stayed out the streets.
Yeah.
I know a lot of them.
They don't want to associate themselves with the so-called black culture.
With nigga culture.
Yeah.
I know a lot of Jakes like this. I grew up around Jake like this. That they was like, nah, man, that being a nigga, having your pants hanging off your ass,
Not cool.
it's not cool. I'm just like, nah, man, I'm gonna study on. I want to go to college. I want to make something of myself. And blase.
Right.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not going to talk like Pookie and Ray Ray. You know what I'm saying?
If I could say one
Go.
thing that, like, which we know Nigerians, so-called Nigerians, those are Jakes.
Gun.
You know, they don't really partake in the black culture. Like even when they come over here, like they still try to stick to their roots and their language and their culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? More so than amalgamating themselves to, act like Jake over here.
Yeah.
They're going to college. You know what I'm saying? Their parents are known for being strict and everything like that. You know what I mean? That's one example.
Yeah, because that so-called black culture has a negative connotation to it. You know, it's like the other nations that want to partake in it, they want to partake in the hip part of it. You know, the dressing and the rapping and all that shit, the dancing, but they don't want to associate with the other side of it, that grimy side of it, the mentality, the grimy, like that gutter, nasty.
Nigga.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
You talk about black culture, it may look cool when you put it on a music video, when you talk about the mentality and the spirit that comes with it, everything that's associated with black culture leads to death. You can't trust the niggas. You don't want your children procreating with niggas.
No.
You don't want to merge families with niggas because all their characteristics lead to death.
Do you remember, Ak? Do you remember this was about, oh my God, I want to say about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. You know, my math on that, but I remember watching it on YouTube. All I do is watch videos. You remember when LeBron James, that might have been, I think that's before I got out here. I might have still been in the East Coast. I'm not sure.
Right.
I'm not sure if I was here already or if I was still back in the East Coast. LeBron James,
Right.
excuse me. His son at that time was like 17 years old. He had just graduated from high school.
He had a white girl.
Yeah. You remember that?
Yeah.
LeBron's son, and he was going to the senior prom. He was about to graduate,
Yeah.
and he was dating a white girl, pretty little thing too. And they took pictures, and LeBron is okay. LeBron James is married to a black woman. She's a black woman herself.
Yeah.
But apparently she must be a black woman that kind of got some little sense.
Yeah.
She might be like a somewhat so-called decent black woman. This is LeBron's wife,
Yes.
right? That's her black son. LeBron is a black man. You remember, man, right? I remember that shit. 'Cause I did videos on it.
Yeah.
And they took the prom pictures, pretty little snow bunny.
Yeah.
And you had black women attacking this family,
Yeah.
attacking LeBron.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. At that time, that was like maybe 2-3 years ago, whatever. Remember, this is a kid. This is a 17-year-old. This is a fucking child. Well, according to this society, this is a kid, a minor. But you have black women on doing video. They attacked this poor kid.
But it's like, do you expect them to be an abundance of black women in the area and the school that family goes to?
Con.
You know what I mean? Like it probably ain't nothing but snow bunnies over there. You know?
Exactly. And two, I'm pretty sure that little snow bunny girl, she understands. I can't just be in this boy's house on social media talking shit. There's a certain honor and integrity I gotta keep from
Con.
man of this status. This was like little girl, she would have been online talking shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he knew he chose right.
He chose right. And now, wait a minute. Oh, his mama. But no, they attacked that whole. I felt bad for LeBron and his family. Like, yo, they attacked. No, but they don't. They attacked the kid. They attacked. They came at.
LeBron.
Of course, they came at LeBron. But no, they came at his wife.
Man.
They came at the whole family.
Yeah.
And that's how possible. That's why you have certain jakes that don't want to associate with that so-called black culture.
Yeah.
For that very purpose. Because there's always like that crab in a barrel
Yeah.
effect. But I got a quick precept about
Come on, read it. Because I'm going to get back to that LeBron shit. They attacked LeBron. They attacked his wife, who is a black woman. She was out there to the LeBron's wife. She's a black queen, a black woman. She was happy. She had no problem. She had no problem that her son was dating the white girl. She was out there taking the prom. Yeah, they look like good, right? But then they attacked that little boy. He was only 17 at the time, and you had these grown, old-ass black women attacking a child, right? You know that white girl. Big Shirley's, Keisha's, all of them. But then they talk about creepy. Yeah, that's creepy. Why would a grown-ass, why would I, if I'm a grown-ass man, be worried about who, and I'm going on Esau's narrative now. We know better, but I'm going on the white man's narrative.
Right.
I'm a grown man, right? Why would I be worried about who a child is dealing with? Why would I be worried If I'm a grown-ass fucking man, why would I be worried if, right? I'm just gonna say it. If a young Israelite girl was dealing with a white man, why you would hood? I mean, I would, because I'm gonna say you ain't supposed to be with that cracker.
Yeah.
But real talk, brother, the mentality, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck.
Everything gonna be fixed on the other side. That's
Everything gonna be fixed on the other side. Ah, Khan, you said it, brother. Everything gonna be fixed on the other side. So right now, if I saw a Hispanic chick or a Native, I'm Native American. I'm not even black. If I saw a Hispanic chick or a Native American chick or a black chick with a little white boy, I'm like, ah, man, whatever, man. That's their judgment. Right? That's their judgment.
Right.
The Lord don't care about you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get on and I'm a fucking 52-year-old man worried about who a 17-year-old girl is dealing with. They were no, what they say about me?
You're a pervert, old pervert. Or
I'm an old pervert. I'm creepy.
Yeah, mind your business.
He's creepy.
Weirdo.
That's kind of creepy. You're goofy. You're a weirdo,
Yeah.
right? You goofy. You're a weirdo.
Stalker. Yeah.
Black women. And it'd be black women.
Damn.
And Hispanic women too.
Yeah.
You goofy. You're a weirdo.
But they all got a pass from being worried about LeBron James' son.
LeBron James' son.
Yeah.
I remember that was like at least 2 to 3 years, right? Yo, man, this little motherfucker's only 17
What you worried about him for?
because he don't choose to date a white, a black girl. He got problems. They attack LeBron. They attack LeBron's wife. How could you, as a black woman, allow that? Yeah,
You
bro.
know, they would have been okay with if he would have talked to a single mom. He
Oh,
was talking to
Oh,
a
yeah.
black single mom. They would have been like, "You go, girl." They would have congratulated her.
oh yeah. At 17, he's 17. He got his whole life. Hey, I'm pretty sure he's athletic. He probably
Yeah.
got some of his father's DNA. Hold that piece up, Apostle.
Content.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, if he would have met some little bitch, a black bitch, if he'd have met some little Keisha with 2 kids already, go on, right on, rock on. Because like you said, I think you mentioned it, crabs in the barrel mentality.
That was possible.
There you go, girl.
Or you go, boy, or whatever. They would have cheered that shit on.
Oh yeah.
A young boy like that, if he'd have met some little bitch, same age as him, but she already got 2 kids, some little nappy head Keisha with the come on brothers,
Damn.
and she had 2 kids, they would have cheered that on.
He would have got man. He was going to cover the magazine for Man of the Year.
Oh hell yeah, he'd have been celebrated.
Yeah. What they say? They say, "Oh, this the dad that stepped up."
Yeah. Ebony.
Ebony magazine.
Yeah.
Stepped up. So basically, the black woman has got to be wiped out. But go ahead, Apostle. Do that.
This is Psalm. Isaiah 51 and 20. It says, "Thy sons have fainted." They're dealing with Jacob, and that's why they're in that condition that they're in, real super low. That clone Tyrone spirit,
Low vibration.
low vibration. Like their spiritual vibration doesn't their spiritual vibration doesn't come to life, but their carnal vibration does, because they're in that beast mentality. It says they lie at the head of the streets, in the corners and the streets.
Oh, last night at the camp.
Yeah.
Remember last night? You was with us, brother, at the camp last night?
I broke off with some younger brothers, but I watched it. Yeah, I seen it.
That nigga,
That old.
this nigga was probably older than me and Apostle of Ram
He had
Lab.
to be in the 60s.
Me and Apostle of Ram Lab, we in our 50s. But this nigga probably had to be older than us.
Yeah.
He had to be maybe, I say, late 50s, early 60s. No, we ain't there yet. We ain't that old yet. But this nigga came up, and he was under the drink. He was under the drink. Okay, I get that part. But nah, he was acting like a reprobate, bro.
And he had a stale cigarette.
Stale cigarette.
A Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Lucy.
But it was a corner of it.
But this nigga was acting like an asshole.
Yeah.
He was acting just like the little young Pookie and Ray Rays.
Gone.
And I'm like, nigga, you old enough to probably be my older brother, one of my uncles or something. Me. You know? Like, I'm like, yo, I didn't grow up like, and especially Jake men.
Yeah.
Like when I grew up, men were men.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that on camera today.
Come.
Okay, yeah, I'm 52 years old, which I'm not that old. I'm 52. When I grew up, when I was a kid, men
We're men.
were men, bro. I grew up in the world of men.
It was very rare you see a girly man out there.
That was very rare.
Men, the Paul said men were men.
You like even my uncles, or even when I went to school, the dude, you had to be a man. The world me and the apostle grew up in was a manly fucking world. You couldn't be no punk. You couldn't be no mo.
Oh, man.
Like if motherfuckers suspected you were having some sugar in your tank, you had a problem.
They beating your ass.
You getting beat up, chased home. You know what I mean? You had to be rough. You had to fight. You was always getting tested on your manhood.
Yep.
That's the way it was.
If you go to like Jamaica or Haiti, it's still like that.
Oh yeah.
Wherever the small hat's influence is heavy, you're gonna have a lot of that Moism going on.
Yeah.
Even like y'all, the apostles know, every country the small hats was kicked out of, they was pushing transgenderism. They was pushing pedophilia. That's what was going on in Germany when the mustache guy came to the power.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I'm proud to say this online. You know me, I like to push the envelope. My woman is German. I'm with a German woman, and guess what? She's white.
W-H-I-T.
That's right. I'm with a white woman. That's how I can fuck with him. I'm with a Apostle Ricard from GMS is with a white woman from Germany. And guess what? Yeah, there you go. Oh, there you go. And guess what? My woman told me her grandfather fought he was a Nazi.
Oh, snap.
Sieg Heil. Right? Her grandfather actually fought in World War II. Yeah, he fought. Well, he was just a soldier.
Okay.
You know, he's following orders.
Right.
But he was a German soldier. He was a Nazi. But that's all right. I'm not offended by that shit. I'm not offended. I'm happy.
Man, they translated the mustache guy. They translated his speeches into English. He was going in on the small hats. He was like, "This isn't a part of our culture.
Right.
Why are they telling little boys that he was the same stuff? He was saying that.
Yeah.
When they went to fight, they wasn't on the tip of what this told you in the school system. They was like, no, we gotta protect our country.
No, man. He was going. That's my man. I love him. Mustache guy. I ain't gonna say his name.
Yeah.
The Deutsch. He was on that spirit. Them speeches he used to give. The Deutsch. The Deutsch. He used to go in, man. He wasn't playing. But guess what? That was a trial run for what's gonna come now. Y'all talk about Trump, Nero, watch. See, you already see what he's doing with the Northern Kingdom, but with these niggas, these Negro tribes, Southern Kingdom, they're about to be next.
Right.
See, it's just the calm before the storm.
Yep.
Remember, like Master A said, here comes the calm, now here's the storm.
I got a little bit more.
Come on,
It
Apostle.
says, I'll read it again. Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in a net, they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy power. Now, when you look up that word net, now the wild bull is just an actual wild bull, right? When you look that up. But when you look up the word net, you know, like you have the movie Clone Tyrone, right? That is a net. That is a trap. The word there is ma kamar. And ma kamar means a net, a snare. So it's a trap. So they're trapped in that condition. You know, their standards are lower. They're, at the bottom. They're catching hell. You know, they're being oppressed by Esau, but they have a assimilated to this environment of toxicity.
Mm,
You know?
The ghetto.
Yeah. So they're like in that trap, and they can't get out of it. They're just like locked in that shit. And that's why that's why they try to kill Jamie Foxx, because he exposed it in that movie. They clone Tyrone. They show you how Jake in the world, in these ghettos, it's like a factory line of these monsters that's being created. And that's what Esau wants. And that's why he'll pay the entertainers to sell out, do this, that, and the other, to push a particular lifestyle on Jake. Because remember, rap went from positive vibes, partying, you know, my rhymes are better than yours, my clothes are better than yours, I can dance better than you, my girl looks better than yours, to killing each other.
Yes.
They changed the whole trajectory because they know music can have an influence on the mind and the psyche of how you will conduct yourself.
Case in point.
Yeah.
See, now me and the Apostle,
In the movie Clone Tyrone too.
Clone Tyrone, we grew up. Now you talking about rap music, man.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, me and the Apostle, we're old enough to remember the genesis of rap.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't talking about them niggas. the creation of black, not black. Well, it was black.
Hip-hop.
It was black hip hop.
Yeah.
It was, but see, you know what though? Ephraim, the Northern Kingdom was up in there too.
Yeah.
That's what people forget. Like I know, man. I remember that shit. When rap music started, I like me and the Apostle here. We were that the motherfuckers hip hop. We was there. We was alive. We remember that shit when it first started. First of all, it was Sugar Hill Gang,
Yeah. Yep.
and them dudes wasn't even real rappers.
Well, the Big Bank Hank was the rapper.
Yeah.
He Big Bank Hank. He
Big
was
Bank.
one the third of the Sugar Hill Gang. You had Master G, you had Wonder Mike, and you had Big Bank Hank. You know, and he wasn't a rapper. His rhyme was written by Grandmaster Cass. You know, and Grandmaster Cass really should have been the one on that record, not him. You know, so that they were just the first group that was signed.
Yes.
You had a lot of underground, you know, hip hop that was going on back in the 70s. Cool Herc and all that, you know.
Cool Herc, oh
They just
man.
happened to be the first hip hop group that was signed and had a record. That was it.
Yeah.
That's why they became so popular. They played their music on the radio.
Yep.
That's the first introduction of hip hop to the worldwide stage.
How that song go again? Damn, I can't remember. How
What's
that-
that, Sugar Hill Gang?
Sugar Hill.
Dum, dum, dum,
The-
dum, dum, dum,
Do,
dum,
do, 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 do.
That was
Do, 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 do. That was the shit, man. Back then,
the hop,
hip hop, the hip hop.
You don't stop.
But
That's
then-
the thing, baby. But they said, up, jump.
Man, but then I remember, then my man, that's still a legend to me, he's still one of my heroes, Curtis Blow.
Oh yeah.
In 1979, I remember that.
Breaks.
These are the breaks.
Break it up.
Man, Curtis Blow was a real rapper, real
Oh yeah.
Curtis Blow.
Yeah.
And, he's still alive. He's still, he's
Oh, He's in his 60s
him.
now.
Yeah, man, Curtis Blow, man. I remember that, man. The Curtis Blow. That's like an icon.
Legend, yeah.
A legend, an icon, man. Curtis Blow. I remember that record came out in 1979. I remember that. You know, I was in the first grade, man.
He's 65.
Yeah, damn. Still young. He's still young.
Yeah.
Curtis Blow. You know what I mean? But like,
He'll be 66 this year.
look at that, man. He's still young. He's still young. 60s are still young, man. But anyways, Esau, this devil, like when so-called black people complain, they sit there, but then, but see, let's keep it real. It's really Esau, the devil, so-called white man, starting, and man, come on, bro. We used to go into this years ago. This is what I'm trying to explain to you, brothers. Bro, and you brothers on the comment board, man, we are not fucking novice. Okay, we're not fucking novice. We've been doing this for a long time, bro. We live this. We live, sleep, eat, breathe this shit, man. To the point where now we're older, like, bro, I'm the age right now, me and Apostle Ramlab, when I first came in the truth, High Priest King Masha, High Priest Sariyah, High Priest Jacob, they were like my age now. You know? So it's like, yo, bro, We know what the fuck we talking about, man. Through the grace of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Back in One West, back in the 90s, bro, we've been doing this. We've been doing this. We did our research. We should go in, and you know what? Maybe that's the spirit. We go back into that Illuminati, but now we in that time. Y'all see it. But the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, is acting upon the prophecies. Brother, I go home to my woman's house. I put on the news every morning. Me and my woman get up. Yo, oh, by the way, last night in downtown Dallas, we was there. We down there teaching. This morning, I looked at the news. 3 motherfuckers got shot. Drive-by shooting. Some woman, I don't know if she's Northern, Southern Kingdom, or Edomite. They said the bitch died, and 2 other people. She was with them, and I guess it was altercation, verbal, whatever. And then in Fort Worth, and I live in Fort Worth, there was a massive. Yo, bro, that's why, man, you brothers always pray before y'all move. Keep your medicine strong. Y'all hear me, man? All you brothers, like, yo, bro, this is every morning. Like, you know, I be in my woman's house, and every morning when I wake up, we cut the TV on. I take care of my animals, feed them, let them out, and we watch the news. And yo, them crashes be like horrific looking crashes. So like there's a serious death angel out here in Texas.
Dallas is the murder capital in Texas.
Whoa. Come on, brother.
Zephaniah.
Read loud.
Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5.
And by the way, speak loud. And I'm gonna have you, brother. I always do this. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say. But you're gonna start with you, Elder. Speak loud, introduce yourself, and introduce your page, and I'm gonna work my way to y'all.
Okay. My brother Yaral from GMS Dallas. Page name is GMS Desire the Sincere Milk. And I'm going to read the precept I have.
I'll get to y'all after he's done with the precept.
Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. The just Lord, Yahweh Hashem Shai, is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not. But the unjust knoweth no shame. So just to back up what you're saying, you turn on the news every day or you open up your phone, someone's always getting judged daily. You know, I saw that same article. It was in Deep Ellum, Dallas. You know, where all the clubs are and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, people. You know, that's what's going on. The daily now, people are getting judged. Car wrecks, children killing their parents. Edomite got stabbed in a track meet just because over the speed over.
Yeah, which that dude might be a jig. That's the big thing now. But I believe that because the father was on the news, and he's like, hey man, whatever man, I feel bad, but he didn't come with hate. He was just like, man, I want justice, but I think those are jakes. But they look like Edomites, but they, but either way, that little nigga that stabbed the dude, that was unnecessary, man. Okay, nigga, what happened to the old days? Okay, if you had a problem with the dude, throw your hands up. Throw them hands. So, yo, man, I'll fuck you up, bro. Let's throw the hands. And if you lose, you lose. And bro, when I grew up, I remember when dudes would meet up and they had a problem. This is back in the late 70s, early 80s. I'm talking about me. I remember the late 70s. I remember the early 80s, the 90s. It was like, yo, man, I don't like you, man. I don't like you. Personality clash. Just throw them hands. And if you beat my ass, you beat my ass. If I beat your ass, whatever, then that. And you want to know something? I've been in a situation. I remember being a kid growing up, there were dudes that for whatever reason, had a problem with me. And I was never a confrontational type dude, whether y'all believe it or not. I wasn't, man. I was never really a I just wanted to be cool with everybody, man. But when you push me to a certain level, It's like a switch that goes off. So like dudes want to fight and we fight, but you fight. There were certain dudes that I fought, and guess what? And them dudes, prior to me fighting them, we were enemies. But then, like, dude, like, okay, you know, man, I'm tired of you. Fuck on me, come on, motherfucker. Right? And we fight. Once we throw hands and beat each other up, they end up becoming some of my best friends. I don't know if y'all can relate to that.
Shoot, a lot of the best friends in the world that I had.
Yeah.
We was into it before we ever got close.
Con.
It's competition, but then there's a level of respect that comes with that. Once they see you not backing down or whatever, then you become cool because there's a respect factor in that.
Con. So like, yo, I mean, back in the days, dudes that end up becoming my niggas, man, like I fought them niggas.
Yeah.
That's just some warrior code shit. Like they were like in the reincarnation, those are dudes that we probably went to war together.
Yeah.
But like they come back, they got a test to see if you.
Yeah.
You know, it's warrior code shit.
Okay, that's him. Okay.
Yeah, I said, okay, man, I just had to fight you nigga first, man. Come here, brother. Let's go have a drink. Yeah, it's spiritual shit. Niggas gotta test you, like, oh, is that you? Okay, that's you. They gotta test you first. You know, somebody got something?
Yeah, I'm gonna read this one more time. Zephaniah 3 and 5. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not. So it's not wicked for the Heavenly Father to do these things. It's righteous. It's righteous judgment and righteous indignation going out throughout the earth. And he's doing this every morning. You know, I say it will make sense for people that have differences to talk things out, but there's the both sides flooded the world with death angels right now because we're in that time. The scriptures say the slain of the Lord shall be many. So right now, any little thing that pops out, people are taking each other off the earth for it. For the smallest things, like over a seat at that track meet, over a dispute over LeBron James and Michael Jordan being the GOAT. Somebody got to go over that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the time that we're in. We're in time when these prophecies being fulfilled right now, and the Lord got a lot of killing to do. So any opportunity he sees, he's creating, he's acting upon it with these angels that are happy to take out that mission for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cyril says, they appease the wrath that made him.
Mm.
So they appease the Heavenly Father for doing these things.
Con.
He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. And these people, all these things that happen, people are getting killed for adultery, all these things that are going on, but these people still are having no shame for it. Like, maybe I should stop. Because a lot of people getting killed for a lot of shit that a lot of these other people are doing, and they're not taking that into account. They're not thinking about it.
That's why, hey, you know what, bro? That's why we tell you, brothers, look, man, personally, I'm only concerned with the men that's under my jurisdiction. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. I'm only concerned with the men that's under, like Dr. Umar Johnson, keep repeating myself, right? I'm only concerned with the men, you know how that Umar Johnson be repeating himself.
Well, you got it from the Lord. You need to repeat yourself 3 times. And the Lord did that. You got to say something 3 times over because that's complete. Like, that's complete.
Yeah, nigga.
You understand this?
I'm only concerned with the men that's under my jurisdiction.
Yeah.
I'm only concerned with the men. Shout out to my man Umar Johnson, right? You know, he keep repeating himself like 5 times, right? But anyways, nigga, that's the real talk. Real talk, I'm only concerned with the elect, the men that's under my jurisdiction. So basically, if you a brother that's a part of Great Millstone, or, well, I don't think we should have no more affiliate camps. If you was an affiliate camp, you should already be a part of GMS at this point.
Yeah, they had enough time to get with the program, or you know what I mean, move around.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, you know, but well, I did have a precept.
Come on.
24 and 12. This is a brother I know from GMS Dallas. My page is GMS Stay Humble. It says, and because, well, I start at verse 11. Matthew 24 and 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Right, which we got a lot of people going off their own vain opinion. right? But it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So that's people's recompense, because iniquity is what? Sin stacked on top of sin, which we know the wages of sin is death. So death is, basically going around. The death angels are going around looking, seeing who they can take out the way. But this is really like a preliminary. Because when Jacob's trouble comes in full force, then it's really going to be a massive color. That's what we're waiting for.
Mm.
If I can add that word cold, psycho in the Greek.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of psychotic people walking around here right now. Everyone's on edge. This life is trash, man. This whole existence. So everyone is sighing and crying and on edge, working these sorry ass jobs, ain't making them, probably getting cheated on, bad ass kids. Everyone's walking around in a horrible situation. So people are over it. People are over the human existence right now on the planet Earth. So any little thing they're looking for a release. Everyone's pretty much bloodthirsty right now. They're looking. I wish a nigga would spit right now.
Last night at the campground, bro, when we pulled up, myself, Apostle Ramlab, and the elder Kanak over there, when we was doing a video on our way to the camp, because lately we've been doing those in transits and stuff. So we were already doing the video. So of course, the spirit kicked in. We were still doing the video, and we pulled up by the elders. When you elders be. And y'all wasn't there because, of course, the weather was a little crazy, whatever. But then, we were trying to figure out where y'all was at to go catch up to you dudes. And but we parked in that, that same spot. Like where we normally would park, right there in front of where y'all would normally be, right? And we were just sitting there, and we were kind of finishing off the video. But we just sitting there looking at Jake, and I believe, bro, these niggas with the dreadlocks. When you see a nigga with dreadlocks, don't make no eye contact. Don't even look. And we seen Jake walking, and then even when we got to the camp, we found the brothers. Remember last night at the camp? That weirdo crew, they might have been Nigerians. They might have been. Remember the weirdo, you was there with us last night.
Yeah, I thought they were him.
Good. Yeah, they might have been. But Jake got that weirdo spirit. Remember them motherfuckers, they from Africa. Yeah. God the great and Jesus God. But the dude, you could see he was a fucking mo. But the bitch, she had that manly Clarissa Shields type spirit on her. And then with the other group that came up, the little black bitches. Cause I was like, oh, yeah, y'all can walk. Oh no, we didn't listen. You don't want to listen. They just want attention, bro. They didn't want to scoff. But we didn't open the door. We just kept teaching and stayed in our zone and just like, okay, whatever. Yeah. The elder Yashawamba was teaching and he just stayed in his zone. And that was Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and that was that. Fuck these niggas, man. We're not here to entertain you. We're not here to fucking feed into your fucking Twilight Zone head. You understand what I'm saying? Fuck these niggas. But then here it is. That's why when I wake up in the morning, I see somebody got shot, there's a crash. Judgment is out. That's why Elder Yashawamba lost it. That old nigga.
Yeah. That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
That was the straw that we were trying to be cool. Elder Yashawamba cursed him out. Elder Ariala cursed him out, and then I cursed him out. All three of us cursed that nigga. We just got tired, man. Like, you fucking niggas, y'all think this shit is a fucking game. Yo, dude, I'm waking up every morning, I'm looking at the news, and I'm seeing people getting put. So you niggas think this shit is a game? This ain't no game. Until the heaven, 1 Samuel 2:6, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. So the Lord is gut checking niggas, man. But you know what? In reality, it's really a blessing for them. Because when you die, you leave that defiled body. But guess what? The Lord ain't done with you. Oh, what's that other scripture? Oh, some shall awake to everlasting. Yo, what these niggas don't realize, bro. Listen, you could die right now, right?
Yeah.
You could die right now. Any one of us, we could die right now. But see, I'm doing the work. I'm with you, brothers. We here. Let's say if all of us right now in this room died, what are we doing? And we're calling upon the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, bro. But Ratazah, I hope all of us are right, man, in the spirit, bro. But my brothers, if we die doing what we're doing right now, it's okay. Mission accomplished.
There ain't no such thing as death for real.
You sound like Apostle Gavar.
Yeah.
Apostle Gavar used to always say that. You know, these bodies, we got these infirmities, and we be feeling crazy, man. And it's like, man, sometimes you be like, man, this Lord, man, whatever. You gonna take me, take me. Like, not challenging the Most High, but sometimes you just get tired, man. Like, you know, but the Lord, hey, remember the Kanaka. Remember last night we did the Davidic contention. The Lord is the Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war, right? So the Lord is like, hey, look, nigga, no, you gonna stay in that body and deal and still serve me. It's a fight.
Hey, well, the Apostle Paul, when Yahweh spoke to him, he said, my strength is made perfect in weakness. You know, so in the weak state, because Yahweh was at his weakest state when he had to fight Satan. You know, he didn't come to him when he was in his strength. You know, he came to him at his weakest point. You know, and that's the time to dig in, pretty much, really, if you really look at it. You know, that moment will determine, you know, what caliber of character a person has. You know, if they have what it takes to continue, or if they're just gonna tap out. You know?
Son, a lot of guys have tapped out.
Yeah.
Over minor shit. Because, it's so, okay, case in point, the biker jacket shit.
Yeah.
See, but you know what that shows? That was something for not niggas that like, okay, they seen the Apostle of the car with the biker jacket. Okay, it looked crazy. Okay, on the physical level, yeah, it looked like, well, damn, what's up? But instead of you saying, well, first, let's see what Apostle Tahar, Gabar, and the other part, let's see what they say first, and let's not get crazy, man. We all in the flat, like, right? No. Because, like other brothers have said, niggas was already on some bullshit, they damn self. Yeah. So basically, that was an excuse for niggas to, see, wicked, GMS, wicked, you know? They was already looking for an excuse or a way out. Con, what'd you say, brother?
So they use that to justify the wicked thoughts and the bullshit that they was on. So when he said that was a way out for them. Because they was already on the way out. So that was just their opportunity.
So that was what they were waiting for. See? Them niggas wicked. You know? And the one dude that was in this camp, you remember that nigga? Yeah, with the fronts. And yo, I was cool with that dude. And remember that dude, he wasn't an officer or nothing like that. And I remember, man, that's when Bun Supply had that old crib on Beltline, the original crib.
Is that the one in Irving?
Yeah.
No, Irving.
The one down the street from the mall?
Come, right by the mall. I still miss that place to this day. I ain't even gonna front. I still kind of miss that spot, man, on Beltline. A lot of memories, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The barbecue pit.
Yeah, the barbecue, man. We be out there. I still kind of miss that spot, man. But whatchamacallit, that nigga, I remember back when we used to go out and party. And remember, he didn't have no rank back then. He was in the camp, but he was still a lowly up and coming guy, so to speak. And I remember, man, that's when Sayonara was around. Sayonara had the spot in Las Colinas,
Yeah,
you know,
that
that
was a nice
penthouse.
spot, yeah.
And you know how it was. I didn't live in Texas at that time. I didn't live here. You know, that's what, you know, but y'all know I was always back and forth. I was always coming out here. Anytime I got the chance, I was coming out to Dallas. Right? But anyways, when I would come out, you know, back in them days, we would go out and party and shit. You know, me, Elder Ariana, Sayonara, certain other brothers, right? And that brother, we had already passed it. Them young dudes can't come hang with us. You know, because sometimes you got to separate. Y'all know what I mean? Like, nah, man, the top elder, like, and it's true. But anyways, that dude, I remember we was going out one night. We was at Sayonara's on Las Colinas over there at the penthouse. Sayonara had, but I kind of somewhat bonded with that dude. We used to go work out. I used to bring him with me. I don't know. I just kind of, I clicked with the dude, right? I can see his face right now. I showed him nothing but kindness and humility and, like, you know what I mean? So if anything, certain dudes that I would have thought, some of them niggas, not the brother, niggas in Chicago, like dudes that I was cool with, that I thought was cool with me, that brothers that broke bread with me, I hung out, I showed humility but when that biker jacket shit came up, certain guys that I thought was gonna have my back flipped on me. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit. Barakatah, Apostle. You know what I mean? You know how that shit is, bro? Like, when you show dudes brotherhood and love, and you thinking that, nah. In your mind, you know, you be like, yo, I know that brother gonna have me. I know that. Those are the same dudes that flipped on me. You know what I mean? Those are the same dudes that flipped on me. Makai wicked, man. Elder Makai wicked. I was like, oh shit. Yo, I was like, wow. But you know what? Through the grace of Yahweh Shimon Hoshai, I got through it. And I just kept doing the work. Well, Apostle Ron, I'm sitting right here. Remember that conversation we had in Lansing?
Yeah.
When all that shit came out, what did I ask you advice?
Yeah, what should you do?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I said, should I address this shit even? Or should I not, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much I just said, you know, just for the sake of the younger brothers that don't understand, just do a quick video. You know, really fuck them other dudes, but, you know, just for their sake. Do a video just addressing it to edify them, and that's that.
Con, that was that. And I did that. That was it. Boom. And I did that, and that was that. Because we don't care. But then the same nigga that, see what goes around, like Grand Poopa said, what goes around comes back around again.
Yep.
Right? The same, this is before that other wacko, you know, who, he was the first one to start that, the Alizé. But look now, nigga, see? We know you like getting shit up your rectum street.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You like your Rector Street. That's like a street in New York City. Rector Street. You see what I'm saying? Hey, y'all know we raw, brother. Y'all know we raw. You feel me? No Vaseline, like Ice Cube said. See what I mean? You niggas like scoffing and doing all this shit, but then they came out other brothers in other ways, but the spirit of Yahweh Shai is just, man. Apostle Gabar have always said this. An unjust balance is an abomination unto the Lord, man. So they gotta be balanced. You brothers remember this shit, okay? An unjust balance is an abomination unto the Lord. So the Lord is going to always be just. You understand, man? So you brothers remember this shit. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Just remember that, man. No matter what happens. Just, brothers, keep your integrity. You brothers were born men, die a man. You understand? Die a man. You understand? That's all I got to say, man. But with that, we're gonna wrap this video up, and all you sincere brothers. Oh, and by the way, you brothers in the comment board, remember this. And with that, man, because these brothers gonna start the next Camp Dallas video. We were just doing this video of mine real quick. And I say, pour water to you brothers for taking part in my video, man. It's special to me. I love y'all energy, man. Yeah, because I know y'all some bad dudes. But hey, I say, hey, shalom to you brothers and hopeful elect, man. Stay strong, man. Keep your medicine strong. Shalom, man. To Allah.